Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, and we're talking about Dead and Company. Sounds like they're already looking forward to 2025, a return to the Sphere, um, getting the technology even better than it is now. I was at the Sphere for the June 14th show, and the Sphere is incredible. And it got me thinking, is this technology, are the screens more important than the actual music at this point? And is that bad? It's cool that Dead and Companies still exists. You got Mickey Hart from the glory days of the Dead, and of course Bob Weir on vocals, John Mayer, 10 years deep into this project with Oteil Burbridge and Jeff Chimenti. And at this point, Billy's gone. And enter Jay Lane, former Rat Dog, Primus. Here's what Bobby says, talking about how it can improve. They want it to be more interactive with the actual music in real time. The technology doesn't quite exist for them to put visuals completely in time with the music in a mammoth space. They're generally a little late and all that kind of stuff, but there's audio technology that keeps right up with the music, he says. And I think what we're going to want to do is try to adapt some of that audio technology to visual technology. He says right now the visuals all need to be loaded in ahead of the show, which he'd love to see change. I think he wants it to change just with the music in real time. And again, I've listened to Shakedown Street from June 14th, and how slow that version is. They opened up the second set with a Shakedown Street that was boring, and nobody was into it, seemingly. Listen to Scarlet Begonias from May 18th and tell me if the music's really there anymore. Once you take the bounce and swing out of some of these Grateful Dead songs, it loses the potency and the whole point of being a great jam band. If we slow these songs down, slow a Shakedown Street down to dun 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 dun. I mean, at what point is it counterproductive? Again, Bob's talking about the visuals. I'd love to see arrangements get much looser and much more interactive, and I think it will if we take another swing at it. Asked if all this talk suggests they'd be up to returning to the Sphere possibly as early as next year, he replied potentially. I wouldn't be surprised if we get invited back, and I would certainly make room for that. Again, it's cool that this exists. It's making lots of people happy. They've done 5 or 6 weekends now in a row. They're going to go all the way through August. It's quite the spectacle to see this building and what they're doing in there. I just hate to see the music get watered down. And there was sections of that show that I saw that were frankly kind of boring. And I don't think I'm the only one out there. I don't want to be a guy. I've been a Grateful Dead fan since the late 80s. I've seen the Grateful Dead many times with Jerry Garcia and different offshoots of post-Jerry's death versions of the band. And I've liked Dead and Company in the past. I see it slowing down, and I think it's Bobby slowing down for sure. I watched an interview with Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke where he said in about 2013 he was jamming with Bob and they wanted to do Promised Land, and he started it off and Bobby told him to slow down. So he starts Promised Land off again. Bobby says, you need to slow that down. And then he does it to a much slower version, and Bobby's like, that's good. Bobby wants to take this time. Again, once you take the swing out of a Chuck Berry song like Promised Land, and it just becomes an ordinary song. And it doesn't move people as much. And maybe it does move some people that are new to this scene and they're not used to fast changes and swingy Grateful Dead bounce that makes people move. I think that the expectations of some of these fans just aren't there with some of us old school Deadheads. That's just my thought on it. We're going to have the Sphere getting better and better, really probably each weekend. The technology is going to get there. It's going to be interactive with sounds. Clearly, that's where they're heading with this. I just want to make sure that the music's there and it's not a watered down experience. And Bobby's, he's earned the right to continue whatever he wants to do. I saw John get upset with the band during Bertha on June 14th. He actually said, "Let's get this thing going. Let's start rocking here." Bertha is a song that jumps off the stage, and they certainly didn't really do it justice that night that I saw. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this. Peace out. See you.